And welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to upload a file to AWS S3 using GraphQL Upload in native Android app with Apollo Kotlin. So here I have this mutation which will help us to upload one file to using GraphQL Upload. So yeah, that's how. So I will use this mutation to upload a file to GraphQL Upload. If you remember, like if you haven't watched my Node.js video on how to upload a file using backend, do watch it. And if you remember, there was some CARF issue with that Apollo with that upload library which we were using for Node.js, and we had to add this headers to overcome that. What I noticed in Apollo Kotlin, that I didn't have to add this header, but in case if you are facing any issue with Apollo Kotlin in the future, make sure you add this header as well. But for Apollo Kotlin it worked without this header for me. Like when I was using that Apollo React client as well as a GraphQL Flutter client in my Flutter app, I was facing this issue, so I had to add this header. But in Apollo Kotlin I didn't face any issue. So this is the mutation which we will do. Okay, so I have this upload image button, so I'll click on upload image. It opens the image picker. I'll select one image. It uploads that image to AWS S3, and once that it uploads, it gets a pre-signed URL. And once we get a pre-signed URL, we will display that image over here, like inside this app. Let me just see. Okay, my server is running. I'll rerun this app. I'm not sure what the issue is, or maybe that uploading part itself is taking a lot of time. So I'll click on upload image over here. I'll select one image, and here you can see that image has been uploaded to AWS S3, and I'm actually getting the pre-signed URL from AWS S3, and here I'm displaying the image. So yeah, let's see how to get started with this. So first what I have done is that you will have to go to build.gradle.kts. you will have to add this build script for Dagger Hilt. Next you will have to go to this build.gradle.kts, and I am using Apollo version 3, but Apollo version 4 is still in beta. If you're watching this video in future and Apollo version 4 is available, you can, I think, easily migrate. You just have to update the library version. I don't think there are any breaking changes. Next you will have to add this bit of code. So you will have to add this package name. So this is my package name, so just copy paste it over here. Also you will have to add map scalar to upload, and here you will have to add this. Then over here you will have to add this Dagger Hill dependency, and over here you will have to add Apollo Kotlin. Like I'm not using this normalized cache SQLite, but I just wanted to show it to you guys. Like if you're curious, you can cache your GraphQL data as well. And this is used because I want to use view model scope inside my view model, and this is used because I want view model injection in my native Android app. And here I have added this coil dependency as well, which will help us to easily load an image from an image URL inside our image view. Then if you click on sync now, you will get an error saying there is no schema .graphql not found, something like that. To overcome that, you will have to run this bit of command inside your terminal over here. So go to your terminal and run this command, and this should be your GraphQL endpoint. So my GraphQL endpoint is this, and what it does is that it downloads that schema file and saves it inside this path. Okay, so I'll just comment this out again. Now once you run this command, you can just click on sync now, and if you want to see that schema file, you can just go to project drop down, go to main, src main GraphQL, and this is your schema.graphql file already created. Next what you can do, go to Android settings, and here you can just inside plugins you can just select GraphQL. Make sure you enable or install this plugin, and next you can create another file inside GraphQL folder called Apollo upload picture mutation.graphql, and I have literally copy pasted the one mutation which we saw inside the graphical interface, and it takes a file as an input. Next I'll go to the Android drop down again. As soon as you add this file, make sure you click on this build button, because it will automatically do code generation for us and give us proper intelligence for this upload profile picture mutation. Next, I have created this interface called user client, and it has a method called upload file. It takes a file as an input and it will give you string as an output, and the string will be the image URL which has been uploaded to AWS S3, like the pre-signed URL. And next, I have created another file called Apollo user client, which takes the Apollo client, and it like extends or implements the user client interface. And I have overridden that method, and here I have just copy pasted this method from the documentation itself. So we just have to convert it to upload, and this is my mutation, upload profile picture mutation. So this is generated automatically via code generation once you click on this build button or the hammer button, whatever you call it, and we just pass our file to it, and then we call execute. Then inside that you get a data, and now this will differ upon what you mutation what is the output of your mutation. So for me it is upload profile picture, and inside that I have this profile picture URL but this is automatically generated via code like once we click on this hammer button, so you will get proper like code completion. Okay, next I will go to the app module. So I have created one singleton over here, and here I have created an OK HTTP client, and if you want you can pass headers something like this as well, but I don't require any headers. So I have created an OK HTTP client. Even if you don't create an OK HTTP client, that's fine. Next, I have created providing a method for providing Apollo client. Now this is the code for sequelized or normalized cache. I'm not really using it, but I have just copied it from the documentation in case you're curious. I will definitely make a video in the future on how to use normalized cache. Then I have used Apollo client.builder, and I have passed my server URL to this. So given that my app is hosted on localhost, so this is the localhost URL for Android emulator, and the port is 4000, and here I have passed OK HTTP client. Okay, and here I am building our Apollo client. Then I have also created our Apollo user client as well. So yeah, this is how we do it. Next, create a file called my application, which is required for @hilt Android app, and inside Android manifest.xml I have just referenced that file. Also I have added internet permission, and I am also using uses clear text traffic because my backend is hosted locally. Next, we will go to user view model. So I have decorated it with @hilt view model annotation. Then inside the constructor I am taking a user client. I have created this URL for our image upload stuff, so this mutable state flow. And here you can see once this method is called upload profile picture, we'll just send the URI as a string, which will actually this is not a URI, this should be path. Okay, so this is actually path, because we are once we select an image we get a URI, and we convert that URI to image path, which gets converted to a file. So here we are doing that, and once the data is not equal to null, we are just appending it to our URL variable. Next, I'll go to wait, I'll have shown you this, I've shown you this, this and this. Next, inside main activity, if you see activity underscore main, I have just taken a button as well as an image view. And if you go to main activity.kt, here I have marked it as @Android entry point for hilt. Next, we are using dependency injection view model. So we are injecting view model inside our activity. Then I have taken variables for button and image view, and inside on create I am initializing those stuff. And here you can see I have added a lifecycle scope to keep an eye on our image URL once we get it from the Amazon side. So once we get it, we just call this load method from coil to our image view and just pass that particular URL. And on button click I am using this pick visual media representation, pick visual media.image only, so it will open our image picker, and the callback goes over here. And once we get the URI, I have created another method called get image path from URI. So this I have just copy pasted it from ChatGPT, and once you get the actual image path from this method, I'm just calling upload profile picture, and I'm sending the path, and which will help us to convert it to file and upload it to AWS S3. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.